A good return to Scottish football for you then, with a really good victory over Ayr United today.
Yeah, I was happy with it, especially the first half performance. I thought my boys were excellent. Second half, we kind of took our foot off the gas a wee bit, which I was disappointed with. But overall, he beat a League One team quite convincingly. I'm delighted.
First half was an excellent performance, very quick passing, moving it, spreading the ball all over the place. Your two wingers are exceptional at the moment, Watt and Ferguson. They must have really pleased you.
Yeah, I mean, two of them are excellent players, but listen, I believe I've got a lot of players in that dressing room that can play at a higher level. I was quite surprised to get a few of them on board, but it made me happy that they wanted to come and work with myself at Clyde. And listen, I've said to them after the game, we're on a journey, and our main aim is to try and get through the leagues over the next 3 to 5 years. And I believe with the squad I've got just now, I've got a really good chance at it.
I heard you saying there in another interview you gave them a rollicking at the end of the match. That must be quite surprising for people who are watching this game today because they did so well.
Well, I put a lot of demands on them. I was just disappointed that we allowed them a wee bit of space in the second half and let Ayr back into the game. But listen, if I'm not happy with that, we're doing something right, because I thought, as I say, we were fantastic the first 45 minutes. And I says to the boys, there's more to come. We're still midway through pre-season. The league doesn't start till 2 weeks today, so we've still got a bit of work to do, but at least we're moving in the right direction. It's
a nice style of play you're playing today. It's very much a football team. It's not just a kick and rush. There's a lot of football.
I want to play quite quick, passing football and attacking. And played with 3 up front today, and I've got that formation. I've got another formation in mind as well, but I want to go and attack teams. That's what I want to do. And I believe I've got the players that can do that. I mean, they're a great bunch of boys to work with. And every night I come in training, they put everything they've got into it, so I can't be any more happier.
Right. So, pushing for promotion this year?
Yeah, that's what I've came here for. That's what the board have asked for. And I'll try my best to try and make that happen.
Mark, not the best of starts for the season for us, and probably the worst first half you could have hoped for.
Aye, we didn't commit the traps, and it was the first thing we done. When we spoke in the team talk, it was the last thing we done before we stepped out at the start of the game. Was telling them that if we didn't start the game right, Clyde would make it really difficult for us, because we knew they would commit traps. They did. They got their early goal, and it caused us problems. And as I say, we're not good enough to go and flick a switch and become really, really good after that. So the fact that we didn't start the game right in the first half was probably why we lost the game. Again, there was an improvement in the second half, but again, sometimes it's too much to do in the second half, and being 2-0 down never helps. So again, we just have to lift ourselves, and we know what we need. We know what we need to do. We need to start games better, and there is going to be 2 or 3 others going to come in and make us stronger. So you can see in the second half was improvement.
I think we have to talk about that second half, because the first half is one we have to forget. The second half we started to see things happening. For example, Forrest really started running about, taking players on. McGill, suddenly a confidence appeared which wasn't there in the first half.
Well, we actually had a wee dig at Peter in the first half, because we felt it was probably an eye-opener for him. He was taking too many touches and getting caught in the ball too many times, and we actually played the 2 of them higher up in the second half. We played a 4-3-3, and to be fair, they were our 2 best players. They went and actually took the game to Clyde, and it's great to see when 2 youngsters are taking on board what you're telling them. Again, Clyde was getting at people, putting crosses in and getting fouls for us and taking us up the pitch. Forrest was all over the place second half, but again, it's just a wee bit too little too late for us, and it was disappointing to start the season that way. But see, it's maybe not the worst thing that it happens now rather than further down the line.
It was interesting to see when you took off Gilmer that you actually pushed Mikey Donald into his sort of position, and he seemed to come alive also in that position.
We needed energy in there. We didn't have any energy in that middle area today, and we took Gilly off and put Mikey in there. Mikey does give you that, gives you a wee bit of kind of aggression, and I know Mikey's a wide player, but we had to do something to use that wee burst in it, and he did give us it. I thought we were better once he went in there as well. And you see the difference when Kevin McKinley went out left back. He's a good defender, but he'll go and get forward and join in the game. And again, we've missed him, but we need to get him 100% fit, and we need to get a couple of others.
Peter Murphy looks a strong player, and also very good on the ball.
Nah, he's fantastic on the ball. We've seen him Thursday night, the first training session. You could see straight away he was a better player that way. Defensively, the way he talks and his body shape, just the wee simple things are really, really good, and you can see he's played at a decent level for a long time. And once we get the right one next to him, we'll be a lot stronger. I thought he did a great debut, considering we lost 2-0, but I thought he was definitely very good.
Did have some problems up forward. Donnelly against such a big man was quite a lightweight touch.
Yeah.
Are you looking more at him at some point to be beside another striker?
We've got the options there, because if we've got guys like JP in there who can get in between the lines and play and get into that weir and maybe play the wee passes for up the side for Ryan, it would work. But the fact that we started the game that bad today, it became so much more difficult to do that, because the game they actually became more compact as once they got the second goal. It was harder to get him in between the lines, but as I say, that will not happen every week. We need to, probably need a plan B, and that's exactly what we're saying there, getting centre strike, and we're in the process of trying to get one in, so to be right in the hand. But again, I'm just disappointed how we've started, but we take the positives for that second half and kick on, hopefully get a result next week. It's a more important cup to play as well, a chance of making a bit of money in it, and takes the profile of the club off if we can go through in that game. So again, we've got to take that as a positive for us.
So you get the chance of Martin Campbell back as well. Josh did very well, Josh McArthur did well today. Are you looking for a more solid, more...
I need experience right from my team, and I've said that many times. If Big Martin plays and if he plays right next to the right guy, he'll be formidable, and with Peter in there, I think we'll have a good partnership. So we'll get him back. He was playing today in a game at going in against Cumnock, so he's going to play a half or an hour the other day and see how he gets through that, and then we'll go for next week.